going to be doing my monthly favorites for the month of April. It feels like this month has flown by, and I cannot believe that it is the end of the month. But it also feels like I haven't done a favorites for you guys in a while. I'm trying to think if I did one last month, and I know I did. I don't know why it feels so long ago. And first of all, I just want to apologize if this video is a little bit less clear than my other videos have been lately. I got my SD card out so I could film this video from my computer, and I must have put it down somewhere, but I cannot find my high def big SD card anywhere. So I'm using my older one, which is not as good, and I am so sorry. And hopefully I find that SD card because I had a bunch of stuff that I've already filmed on there for you guys. Ugh. So the hunt will begin after I film this. So hopefully this isn't too unclear. I'm really sorry if it's not as clear as my videos have been lately. But anyway, I have a butt ton of favorites for you for the month of April. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna start off with makeup favorites, and then I will go into music favorites, any books, yada yada. I think I'm gonna implement this every month, as I think I mentioned in last month's video. And I'm also going to try to implement one nursing favorite as well, because several of my subscribers have asked me to start implementing nursing favorites into these videos, so I will start doing that. Some of these favorites might include scrubs, tools, overall health items that I think would be helpful to nurses. Hopefully you all enjoy that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my makeup favorites. Let's get to it. So my first favorites of the month, I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes. If you are a subby on my channel, you will have seen my reviews of these two palettes. I did a review and a tutorial on the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced, and a review and tutorial using the Makeup Geek Manny MUA palette. I'll start off talking about the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This palette retails for $45. They were selling it on the Too Faced website, but when I purchased mine, they said that they weren't going to restock it on their website anymore, but they would have it at Sephora and Ulta. And I think this is currently sold out, but it should be restocked because it's really popular. I'm almost positive that they are going to restock this palette, so don't worry if you haven't gotten your hands on it yet. But I just think that it is an absolutely gorgeous palette. It's very versatile, perfect for spring, and I just love the colors. I probably won't use these darker purples over here that much because I don't really use a lot of dark purples. I'm more of a lighter purple kind of girl, but everything from here on I will use a lot. So I am really excited about this palette, and I really liked how the eye look that I did in my tutorial turned out. So if you are interested in this palette, I will link the review and tutorial video I did on this down below. This is the Makeup Geek Manny MUA palette. It is the palette that Manny MUA here on YouTube collaborated with Makeup Geek to create. I love this palette. It has a lot of staple colors from Makeup Geek that are part of their permanent line, but it also has several shades that Manny came up with when he collaborated with them. There's a lot of wonderful transition shades in here, wonderful pops of color. Just, you can make so many looks with this. I think this also retails for $45, and it is also currently sold out. I'm really sorry about that, but if you go on the Makeup Geek website, you can sign up for emails on when this palette will be available again. Really recommend this palette. I really, really like it. It's really beautiful. And if you want to see the full review and tutorial that I did on this palette, I will link that below as well. Next, I have a couple of highlighter palettes for you. One is very high-end, one is very affordable. So I love both of these palettes equally, actually. So that's saying a lot for the affordable palette. I will start off with the higher-end palette. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is in the shade That Glow. I bought both of the Anastasia Glow Kits, but I ended up returning the Gleam Glow Kit because it had similar colors as my affordable highlighting palette has. I just wasn't reaching for it because I like the shades in this palette more. This is the palette that I used to highlight my face today. It has 4 shades in it, very, very big pans, I must say. And the names of the shades are Sunburst, Golden Bronze, Dripping in Gold, and Bubbly. These 3 I love golden bronze I don't really use that often because my skin tone is not dark enough. And when I got this palette, I was like, oh, I'm gonna end up returning this one and just using the other one because this is made for darker skin tones. But that isn't exactly true. This can be used on both darker and fairer skin tones like myself. But this one, the That Glow Kit, is more warmer toned highlights, as in more gold ones, and Gleam is more cooler toned pinky highlights. So that's the difference between the two. Even though these are really intense highlights, I feel like they just kind of give you a natural looking lit within glow. It doesn't look like you have a streak of highlighter on your face. I use my Morphe M501 brush and I just kind of spread it around in like circular motions. I don't go like just back and forth, and I just feel like I look healthy. Like I just have a healthy, natural glow that just looks beautiful. I really love this. I believe this retails for $40 and you can buy it at Ulta, Sephora, Macy's. A slew of places are selling Anastasia's whole line now, which is really nice because it's so much more accessible than it used to be. Moving on to the affordable drugstore highlight palette that I'm absolutely loving. This is the NYX Strobe Genius Illuminating Palette. I love the versatility of this palette. You have so many different shades in here. You've got a champagne shade, a gold shade, you even have a lavender shade, which is just a really super brightening, intense highlight. You've got more of a kind of a rosy highlight here, which is perfect as a blush topper. You have a more pink shade of highlight here that looks really, really pretty when you want more of a pinky tone. There's just so many gorgeous colors in here. The only color that I don't like is the straight up yellow. It's not as pigmented as the other shades. It would suit a darker skin tone than me. All of the other colors I love, and you get 7 of them in here, which is really, really good. This palette is only $18.99. I think that is a very, very good deal for this palette. These highlighters are buttery, pigmented, and they give you one hell of a glow. It's not necessarily a natural looking glow depending on what colors you use. Some colors look more natural than others, but I really love that. If you want to be seen from the moon, there's colors in here for that. If you just want to kind of have that lit within glow, there's shades in here for that as well. Next, I have a couple of products from Tarte. I'm wearing both of them on my eyes today. The first one I want to talk about is this Tarte So Fine eyeliner. This is the liquid liner that I used to line my eyeballs, and I just dropped it. I really, really like this liner. This is the perfect liquid liner. 1, if you have hooded eyes, and 2, if you want a really nice wing. Oh my god, it's amazing. So this is the only liquid liner that I have ever used that did not transfer to the top of my hooded lids, which is amazing. And I've tried a lot. I've tried a lot of gel liners. I've tried a lot of liquid liners. Pencils I don't really have that problem with, but I can't really get a sharp. I could cut somebody's wing with a pencil liner. This is perfect. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. It's a really nice deep black. It's nice and pigmented. I would pick this up over my Kat Von D Trooper any day, and that was my holy grail liquid liner for the last like year and a half. But I like this one better because that one sometimes would transfer. I couldn't get quite as sharp of a line because it wasn't as fine of a tip as this one is. And I really have nothing bad to say about this liner. It lasts my whole nursing shift. It's really fabulous. I want to say it's about $20, $22. Worth every penny. I highly, highly recommend this liquid liner if you are a winged liner girl or if you have hooded eyes like I do. The next Tarte product I'm going to talk about is the Tarteist mascara. If you are in the market for a mascara, I really recommend this one. I'd have to say that this one, my Fiona Styles Volumizing Mascara, and my Benefit Roller Lash are my 3 absolute favorite mascaras, but I have been reaching for this one a lot this month. I really like it. It is the mascara that I have on my eyes today, and I think that it does a really good job at both lengthening and volumizing without getting clumpy. And one thing I really like about it is that the wand doesn't get that dirty, and the only place on the brush that really gets a lot of excess mascara is kind of the tip, but the stopper in this mascara is bomb. I don't know how they do it, but it's really good. Anyway, I really like the formula. It's not waterproof, and at the end of my nursing shift, if I wear it on my bottom lashes, which I'm not today, I do get some flakies, but I get that with every single mascara. It's so obnoxious. The only mascara that doesn't do that to me is like an intensely waterproof one. And I haven't found a waterproof mascara that I'm over the moon about yet, but I really like this just for everyday use. I don't really wear falsies. I'm not good at putting them on, and then my eyelids feel like they're working out all day. I am at my job like 13 hours. Wearing false lashes on a regular basis is exhausting, I'm sad to say, but I really like the way that this makes my lashes look. I just think that they look really full and long and nice. I don't know. I really like this mascara. I think it retails for $24 on the Tarte website, and I believe it is now available at Sephora as well. 2 more makeup products. I feel like I have so much to talk about today. This is a Buxom lip gloss that I bought at Ulta because they now have Buxom lip glosses. It's not only exclusive to Sephora anymore. And this is the shade Jennifer, and I really like this shade because it's kind of a purpley pink shade, and I just find that that shade really suits my skin tone in particular. I just love it. This is kind of my perfect shade of pink, those pinks that have just the tiniest hint of purple. I just feel like they're perfect for spring, and it really just brightens up your whole face, and I really like the way it looks. As for these glosses, they have a really good formulation. They are a little bit sticky, which I don't mind so much because if they're not sticky at all, I find that glosses don't stick and stay on my lips that long. So a little bit of stickiness works for me. They smell like graham cracker to me, which I love that smell. It's one of my favorite lip gloss smells. And when you put these on, they have a slight cooling sensation. I think I kissed Trevor on our way out the door or something, and he was like, "Oh, my lips are tingling. What is that?" I'm like, "It's my lip gloss." He really liked it, so I like it too. These retail for $18, I think. Don't quote me on that. And the last makeup product I'm going to talk about is really dirty. Let's just wipe that off. Okay, it didn't work. Is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Finishing Powder. This is the only thing that I've been using to finish my face. Finish my face. That's not what I'm trying to think of. Set my face. This is the only thing that I've been using to set my face for the whole month. I actually bought this on QVC. Oh, hello, Caduce. Okay, he doesn't care. I actually bought this on QVC, and it also came with a brush. And on QVC, oh, hi, baby. I love you. And on QVC, it typically costs the same price as it does in Sephora, except it comes with a brush as well. It might be like $2 more, but It Cosmetic brushes are really nice, and I just love this finishing powder. It sets my makeup in place. It does help reduce the appearance of pores, and I just think that it looks good. It doesn't make you look hella matte though. So as you can see, my face is set. It's not tacky at all, but it does kind of have a little bit of a glow, which could also be my highlight, but this doesn't make you look like hella matte like the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, but I really like it, so whatevs. Okay, so that's it for makeup stuff. I am going to talk about 2 nail products. This is the nail polish that I'm wearing on my nails today, a combo of these 2. This is the Wet n Wild One Step Wonder Gel Nail Polish. This is the shade Periwinkle of an Eye. It is just a really beautiful blue, perfect for spring. And I'm not necessarily talking about the color, but this nail polish in particular is my absolute favorite formulation of nail polish. So this is a gel nail polish that you don't need a light for, that comes off really easily with nail polish remover, no problems. But as a nurse and as someone that's really rough on her nails, this is the only polish that lasts more than 3 days on my hands without chipping. It's amazing. I don't know what's so special about this $4 nail polish or $4.99, but there's something amazing about it. Now I have found, depending on the top coat I use, some top coats just don't play nice with this nail polish. It'll cause it to like crack and it'll look like marbled almost. It's like like a cracked egg. My nails look like a cracked egg. I don't know. I think it might have just been the crappy ass Sally Hansen nail polish top coat I was using, but this Revlon Extra Life No Chip top coat is amazing and I'm obsessed with it. This is the only top coat I'm gonna be buying. This is so good. I find that these two together, I can get a great manicure that doesn't really chip at all for 4 days, and then after that you start getting chips, but that's probably just me because I'm really hard on my nails and I'm a nurse, but for me that's amazing. Some polishes are gone in like a day on me, which is really obnoxious, but I love the color selection and the quality of these Wet n Wild polishes, and I think they're $4.99. And if you go to CVS and Walgreens, every so often they're like buy one get one half off, which is a really good deal, so check that out. Moving on to the pits. This is Piper Wyatt. This is a natural deodorant. It's aluminum free. This is the only natural deodorant that I don't have to reapply 3 times a day. I recently made the switch from my Secret Extend antiperspirant deodorant that was really, really good. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing. I wouldn't get stinky or sweaty at all throughout the day. But those really aren't that good for you. Aluminum is not good for your system, and I am trying to be a little bit more health conscious. There are some studies that indicate that aluminum can be one of the causes of breast cancer and Alzheimer's, which is just terrifying to me. So I am trying to be healthier when it comes to that kind of thing. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch. And I've tried to do this before, but it wasn't working for me. So I was like, I gotta find something that works. So I went on this trek of trying all these different natural deodorants, and I finally found Piper Wyatt. If you're not familiar with Piper Wyatt actually appeared on Shark Tank, and ever since it's been on Shark Tank, it's really started to kind of explode. And this is an 100% natural effective charcoal cream deodorant made sans aluminum, parabens, triclosan, phthalates, or synthetic fragrances. You use this by taking a pea-size amount of the product, because it's in a jar, so you scoop it out with your fingers and like rubbing it on your pits, which, you know, isn't my favorite part of the day, but they are developing a stick version that's gonna come out in the next year. It goes on gray. It has a nice, easy to spread texture. As for the scent, it's not my personal favorite. It smells like tea tree oil. Yes, it smells like tea tree oil. It's very herby. I'm not as into those smells, and when I first put it on, I'm like, ooh, I smell herby. But after an hour, that smell fades away and you don't smell anything. Like I've had this on a while, and I went on a nice walk in like the 90-degree heat of Florida, and I'm not stinky, so that's pretty good. I actually bought some of this from my friend Jessie, who is also on the search for a natural deodorant, and she says that she gets like a solid 12 hours of scent-free awesomeness with this deodorant, as opposed to a lot of the other ones that we've tried where after 6 hours we're like, smell my pit, and it's like, oh my god, oh, gross, smells like tacos. So this, we don't have to reapply. We can make it through our nursing shifts without being stinky. It's really awesome. And I just want to do a shout out to my best friends Whitney, Alicia, and of course Jessie for smelling my pits mid-shift to let me know if my natural deodorants are working. Don't get me wrong, I kind of knew that they weren't working because I was like, oh god, I think I can smell myself. They were there for me to reassure me that yes, I was in fact stinky and that deodorant wasn't working. But the Piper Wyatt, no issues, no more pit stank. Love this stuff, and it's only I think $12, Really good deal. It does take a couple of weeks to get to you if you order from the Piper Y website because they are just exploding in popularity since Shark Tank, but you can find it on some other websites and get it within a couple of days. Last product. This is the nursing-oriented product that I'm going to be talking about this week. It's not necessarily strictly for nursing. This is more so for night shifters. This is the Natrol Melatonin Gummies, 5 milligrams per serving. And if you work night shift like I do, sometimes you will be so tired in the middle of your night shift, 4 a.m. wall. Oh my gosh, it's a thing. You are literally like scraping your eyeballs open to make it through your shift. But sometimes you get home, you shower because you're gross, and then you're like, just your brain won't shut off and you cannot fall asleep. I don't know if any other night shifters have this problem, but I really do. Especially if I'm working several days in a row and I'll find myself stressed, like, oh man, that was only my first shift. I have 2 more. What if I don't sleep? I'm going to be unsafe at work, yada yada. And so I will take 2 of these gummies before I hop in the shower. By the time I'm out of the shower, I'm just ready for bed. I crawl in and I fall asleep quickly. What this says that these great tasting melatonin gummies are a nighttime sleep aid for occasional sleeplessness. It helps establish normal sleep patterns to promote a more restful, relaxing sleep and better overall health. My sleep schedule is so messed up being on night shift, so sometimes I need this when I come home from work. If I had a really hard shift, I have a lot on my mind, or if I'm going to have 4 days off after a 4-night stretch where I was working and I am wide awake at 3 in the morning, this also kind of helps me reestablish a normal sleep-wake pattern. I'm not saying that you need this if you work night shift. If you don't have any problems falling asleep after work, whatever, don't take any supplements, don't do anything for that. But if you are like me and you do have issues with that, this has been my savior. Thank goodness. I don't take these after every shift. I might take them 1 or 2 times a week, depending on how I feel. So those are all of my actual like favorites. As for everything else that I've been loving this month, I'd have to say that my favorite song of the month was Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. I love that song. It's just so sexy. I listen to it, I'm like, oh, yeah, get it, girl. It's really good. I can't really play it on here because YouTube gets mad at you because of copyrights and everything, but just go YouTube the music video somewhere. The song is great. If you don't listen to pop radio, you probably haven't heard it, but it's really good. I wonder if she's as bitchy as everyone says she is, because she always looks really nice on Jimmy Fallon. Anyway, book-wise, I did read a new book this month. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a picture of it, which I'll insert somewhere here, and the book is called P.S. I Love You by Cecelia Ahern. It was a book that was turned into a movie several years ago. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It's P.S. I Love You featuring Hilary Swank and Gerard Butler. That movie always got to me. It is a tear-jerker. The premise of the story is Holly, the main character's husband, dies of a brain tumor, and he sends her letters every month after his death to kind of help her cope with the grief and the moving on process. Really beautiful story. Many of you know I am dealing with the loss of my father and grieving that way, so I found the book to be a very good depiction of grief, of the feelings that you go through, and I just found it very reassuring that everything that I've been feeling is normal. Could definitely see myself in the main character's emotions and just everything she was feeling. It was like I was getting in the head of someone. Oh, hi buddy. You like the book too? Yeah. It was like I was getting into the head of someone that was going through exactly what I was going through, someone that I could 100% relate to, and it was just, it really hit me in the feels. And if this is something that you're going through, or if you have a really good friend that maybe just lost somebody, this is a good book to read to kind of help you cope with it, or maybe help you kind of understand the thought process that they might be going through. So I really found this book very beneficial. There are a lot of tears involved. like page 2, I was sobbing and I was at work. So that was awesome. I would be like, but it was really good. That completes my favorites for the month of April. This was a hella long video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know that you like favorites videos. Let me know what you're gonna try down in the comments below, because I would love to hear your thoughts on some of these products. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, just Beauty Obsessed RN, and definitely subscribe to my channel for more videos each week. Oh, and if you like this video, be sure to share it with your friends on Facebook, because that really helps me out a lot. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.
1, 2, 3. I am so pumped up!